Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Blood on the Razor Wire TV, where we bring it to you real and we bring it to you raw. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment, and definitely share the video. It's our channel. Let's grow it together. Today, I got a special guest that came on. He used to be one of my cellies. He was also one of my tattoo artists who tattooed a bunch of stuff on my back. I'll put a picture up so people can see that. But, I'm going to introduce Q, let Q tell you about himself, how he ended up in prison. And we're gonna kick it. Tell the people who you are, Q, where you're from, man, and how you ended up in prison.
Hey, what's up, people? My name's Quinn. I'm from Rochester, New York. How I ended up in prison? I decided to sell some guns. The feds didn't really like that, and I guess you need a license to do that stuff. And they gave me a plea for 57 to 71 months for felon in possession of firearms. And I took the plea. They decided that wasn't enough. They gave me 120 months. And that was the beginning of my Fed bid.
That was the beginning of your Fed bid. You've been in some dangerous places, right, Q?
Lewisburg, Canaan. Lewisburg and Canaan are probably the most vicious.
Lewisburg, and I spoke about Lewisburg on some of my videos. I never spoke about Canaan, but I know Canaan was a tough place. But we'll get to that in a minute. Let's talk about that tattoo gun, man. I want, some people have asked me questions about, stingers and, the food, things that we've done in prison, things that we've made, things that we can make. And I decided to bring you on, man, because you were my tattoo artist, right? So tell the people how you make a tattoo gun in prison.
Well, you break down a beard trimmer, take the motor. You got to make a little cam. Usually I took a piece of a toothbrush and I'd cut it, I'd melt a hole so I could mount it onto the armature. And then once you get it mounted on the armature, then hook it up to a battery pack, spin it so it's round. That way you can put a hole in that little piece of plastic so it works like a cam, so the needle will go around and go up and down. Then you take a pencil, take the eraser out, heat up that metal part, and melt a hole through the toothbrush. A big pen, put that through that hole, clip the tip off, blow the ink out, make a needle out of a spring, a guitar string, whatnot, mount the motor to it, put it in, hook it up to your battery pack.
This is what a tattoo gun looks like in prison, man.
They don't look like that at home.
You can see the engine here, the toothbrush underneath. You take that big pen, you cut it. You got it. Here's the needle right here that we use to tattoo with. Make that out of a spring. It's a one needle. It doesn't feel like getting a tattoo in the street. I can tell you that. This is one needle, and they hurt. There was one point, I probably shouldn't put this out there, but man, I couldn't handle it. I'm just going to keep it real. I just couldn't handle it. But man, that's what a prison tattoo gun looks like, right? And then, you want to know, well, where do you get the power from? We make battery packs in there. You stick the batteries inside of here. You make a little casing with the.
That's not what I tattoo with on the street, mate.
with greeting cards, and you hook it up, and it's ready to go. Bzzz, you're in there. Do you remember the night when you tattooed the leprechaun on my back? It was for my birthday, right?
Standing at the window of the cell.
That's right. I stood at the window at 11 o'clock at night. He was like, "Come on, man, I'm gonna give you a free tattoo for your birthday." So I said, "All right, man, let's do it." And I had to stand at the door while he tattooed my back and watch the cop, because our cell was pretty close to the office. So the cop, he's in the office. I'm like, this dude's watching me, man. And then the crazy part is, you remember the cop thought we were watching him, which we were. He took his hat off. He threw his hat down. He slammed the door. I mean, it was crazy, man. And he was tattooing my back. They did the count. We'd have to stop, relax. They got done with the count, jumped back up there. It took about 2 hours. But, man, ended up getting that tattoo. And then, do you remember tattooing that gold pot on my back?
Gold, yep.
Man, dude, we tattooed up in that fat kid's room, and I had to stop him, man. I got to tap out, man. It was just in one spot in my back. That hurt worse than both of my sides.
It's weird. People have spots that just hurt.
I mean, this spot and it's really not that big. It's the gold pot. You'll see it on my back when I post a picture, but that definitely hurt, man. But like I was saying, man, I knew you were in Canaan. Were you there when the Puerto Ricans had that little mini riot against the Mexicans?
Yeah, that was in 2009.
Yeah, probably around there, right after Canaan was really open and
Yeah, it was
started
about
going.
a year and a half.
You know, were you able to see any of that?
Well, that was during chow time at lunch, and I was walking around the inner compound, and a buddy of mine came up and he's like, "Hey, you might want to get your art stuff." And I was like, "Why?" He's like, "It's about to go down." So the art stuff was in the art room on the other side of the gym, so you had to walk through the gym, like the cardio part. And I walk in there, and there's probably 200 Mexicans and about 150 Puerto Ricans, and it's dead silent. There's about 15 cops, and they all got their little beanbag guns and their rubber bullet guns and all that. And I was like, man, fuck that art shit. I'm going back to my cell. So yeah, but on the way back, you could see the percussion grenades or hear the percussion grenades and see the flashbangs and that going off.
So for people that never experienced, man, being in a place when a flash grenade goes off, tell the people what it feels like when the grenade goes off. Do you feel it in your body? Do you?
Yeah, you feel it everywhere. It shakes the whole compound, and yeah, it'll like knock the wind out of your chest. You can't see. They're pretty serious.
You ever feel excited, man, when and I hate to say it like this, man, but you know when there were gunshots going off outside, it's like an excitement, man, but it's a scary excitement. How would you describe it, man?
Much just like that. It's like an excited fear because you don't know where it is, what's going down, what's up. Like when you hear it, well, when I heard it, they always, however they say it in Spanish, todos something.
Cuesta se matuso or something.
Something on the piso.
Yeah.
And you hit the floor.
That is how piso.
Then they'll say it in English, and it's all inmates on the ground. But when they say it, you want to look around to see what's going on. But by the time you look around, you hear the shots, and yeah, it's kind of like an excited fear.
You ever seen anybody get stabbed, man? You were in some dangerous places, man.
Yeah, a few times. The worst was probably Lewisburg.
And I know you had left an FCI because you did hit somebody with a lock, right?
2 locks.
So what you put a I should do that, man. I should show them. You know what? We're gonna have an episode where we show people what the weapons are, man. We'll make a couple knives and put some stuff together, razor blades. Yeah, people are interested in this, but the mission of the show is to save kids from life imprisonment and premature death.
What it's about, man. It's not a place to be. It's not.
This isn't like scared straight or not. I want to show you what's really happening.
Like we went there young, man. We were young.
I was 24. How old were you when you went in?
I was 21 when I got arrested, 24 when I went up.
Ain't that something, man? We're both 24 and go to some dangerous places. You've been out now. How long you been out?
I maxed out in 2015.
2015, and you've been out ever since.
Yep.
That's good, man. I'm glad to see that.
I'm not getting arrested again, man. I'm done.
So look, man, I also talk about prison and about hustles, man. Everybody has a hustle. And it's pretty obvious that your hustle was,
Artwork,
tattoos, but you were also a dude that could fix anything, man. You were like MacGyver, dude. You could do anything, dude. And I remember one night, man, we were in the cell and you're like, dude, I can draw anything. And you're like, just pick something. And so I draw a prison knife. And you drew it in like a minute. I mean, you're a phenomenal artist, man. But how much money would you make in prison doing tattoos?
On a good week, probably 500 to 800.
500 to 800. In the street. Even in the street, a week. That's good money for some people. But in prison, it's excellent money. And I remember there were times where dudes would pay you because Q's a really good tattoo artist, and these dudes would just pay him up front because they want to secure him. And there'd be days when you were supposed to do a tattoo, and you'd be like, you know what, dude? I'm not doing it, man.
I'm doing it today.
And some of these dudes used to get pissed off, and I'd be like, Q, man, you got to do the dude's tattoo. You took his money. And you're like, man, I'm going to do it tomorrow. I'm not doing it today.
I was big like you then. I could do that.
Yeah. Q used to be my workout partner at one time, too. He got me to stop working out with the dudes that I was working out with, and he used to be a really big dude back then, for real. I remember working out with you, man, and do you remember when we had that confrontation with the dude from Missouri? Over the weights?
About the weights?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then Lex came and got involved and all that.
Yeah.
You get some dudes in there think that they want to own stuff. Some guys want to act like they're the police. And this dude wanted to police the weights. Yeah, he wanted to own the weight pile and police the weights. And, he got smart with us, and I snapped off on the dude. And I remember telling you, I said, dude, I'm going to hit this dude in the head with a weight, bro.
I'm like, no, dude, don't do it. You got some shit going on.
And then the shot caller, the big homie from New York, Lex. Do you remember Lex?
Yeah.
Me and Lex were real close, man.
He was a monster.
And Lex had intervened, and he had stopped that from, progressing, thank God, man. Because I would have regretted it today had I hit the dude, with a weight.
Home today.
And like I said, man, this isn't scared straight, man. My mission is to save kids from life imprisonment and premature death. And when I say that, man, I don't want to see kids go to prison, man. Like we were 24, but mentally, man,
I was a kid.
We were kids,
15,
man.
18.
We were kids going into a danger zone. Would you say that?
Absolutely. When I was in CCA in Youngstown, and they put you in the holding cell, getting ready to leave, transfer you. Or no, I was in Oklahoma actually, because they ship you everywhere. You know that.
Yeah.
And I was in the holding cell, and they're calling everybody's name off, saying you're going to FCI this, FCI that, and they said, Carmen, you're going to USP Lewisburg, and they got dead silent. It was like, what do you do? I was like, fuck if I know. But yeah, and then I saw the wall. I was like, oh my God, where am I?
That's when it gets real. I remember them telling me, man, that I was going to Big Sandy, and I was just like.
And when you go into Lewisburg, you walk down the stairs. The first place you go in is the old morgue.
Yeah.
It's like you can see like the concrete slabs where they put the bodies that were going through there on a regular basis. That was a scary time.
It's shocking for a young man to walk into a prison like that. And Lewisburg had always had a reputation, man, where the ABs were involved, and with the DC dudes, and dudes were murdered there. I mean, dangerous places. Canaan. Let's talk a little bit more about Canaan, right? When you were in Canaan, were you there when the cop got killed?
I was there. Actually, he got killed about 2 weeks after I left.
Got killed 2 weeks after you left. So, a dude had flipped out on the cop. They said the cop searched his cell.
I know the dude that did it.
I was the dude.
He was all right.
He was an all right dude?
He was all right. He mellow. He was doing life. But actually, I think he might have been doing like 40 years. But, for him, that was life.
Yeah.
But, he was a mellow dude, calm, respectful. But it's like when you're there, people just snap sometimes.
Well, I know they said that the cop went in there, searched his cell, messed his stuff up, and he just balls to the wall, came out, kicked the cop down the steps, and went down there. When the cop hit the ground, jumped on him and stabbed him. And, there's a lot of things. Well, I wanted to just do an episode on that, man. That's something to do a video on, man. Definitely. Like I said, I know your history. I know that, you did home invasions when you were younger and all that type of stuff. You went to prison, obviously committed some violent acts in the street and in prison, but you changed your life, man. And you're out here, you're free, you're living a much better life now. But if you could talk to your younger self, man, what would you tell your younger self?
Stay away from the drugs. Both sides doing them, selling them. It's not going to lead to anything good. It's not. You might make a little bit of fast money, but if you make $30,000 this year, and you have to do 10 years, you make less than minimum wage.
That's pretty deep, man. If you make $30,000 selling dope, but you get arrested and do 10 years, it's pennies on the dollar, man.
Yeah, you made
nothing.
You made nothing.
In 10 years, you better be able to save 30 grand from working at McDonald's.
You're making more money on welfare.
It's ridiculous, man. It's definitely ridiculous. So look, man, I'm going to close the show, but I definitely want to bring people on, show them what a tattoo gun looks like. I promise, man, more videos where, we'll put some prison weapons together and stuff like that. But it's not to glamorize prison. It's to show people what prison really is like, man. I want people to see it, man. I want people to see it, and hopefully, man, if we change one life, man, then that's what matters.
It's looking back at it, and in total I have 18 years of my life that I can't never get back. I can't get back. I can't get back seeing my daughter run and ride a bike for the first time.
Sad,
You're throwing away things that you don't look at that time. But looking back at it, you definitely regret it.
Sad life. So, man, I'm going to close, man. I appreciate you coming on the show. Everybody, man, blood on the razor wire. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button. And until tomorrow, we're out.